What's good, y'all? This is your boy Ellip, and this is another. I almost forgot the name of the show. Another Art of Sound show. This is number 65. I'm all messed up this morning or this evening. Um, so basically, the title of the show is "Music is a Lifestyle." All right. So this is the 65th episode, the 65th video so far. So um, we've been doing this about 65 weeks. Well, not necessarily 65 weeks, but we do this every Thursday. I try to do it every Thursday where I give live feedback to anybody who have any questions about production because this is what I do daily. All right. Hence the title of this whole video series right here. This art of sound show. I labeled it "Music is a Lifestyle" because I kind of want to touch on a few topics. That's really what I want to do is just more so talk more so than anything. But I just felt like putting something together right quick. I'm working inside the Machine Studio 2.0. I don't know what version is on now. Native Instruments put out so many updates, and I hope that everybody can hear me. That's just been an issue that I've been dealing with for the last couple of weeks. Um, but anyway, um, I want everybody to visit the website, all right? www.ksound.com. I want you to go there and visit the website. And I have a few things on there that I have available for those of you that are looking to enhance your production. Say you're new to it, you're trying to get into it, or you already been doing it for a while, but you just need some help. You need more inspiration. You need, you know, another piece of guidance or source from somebody who does it, for a long time. I also have a degree in production as well, so I know a little bit about music production. Visit the website ksound.com, www.ksound ksound.com, and actually you'll go to the ASU link. Is actually on the top, the top bar, the navigator bar or whatever, and it says ASU. I have a couple of courses available right now for you guys. All right. One of them is how to produce a song, and the second one is how to mix your song, how to get a wide mix and make it punchy at the same time. Because a lot of times you could mix your song, but how did you get it wide? All right. And then on top of that, a lot of people fight with the punchy. You want your song to knock, you want it to punch, and it's not giving you that knock. So in that course, I'm playing with compressors, I'm playing with a transient design in there. And if you have some of that stuff, cool. If not, the idea of what I'm doing is pretty much the same across any DAW. And that's the other point I want to bring out. It doesn't really matter what DAW you're using. It's really user based, user preference. Whatever DAW you decide to, you choose to use, it's totally up to you. There's some great dogs that I know about that I have some good producer buddies that are using. One of them is Logic Pro, which is where I came from. All right. I am currently using Studio 1.3 because I think it's really dope. It definitely sped up my workflow process in terms of what I already do. I was using Logic Pro and linking the machine up with it often, and 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 to be able to switch to one DAW to another and still have that ability to continue doing what I love to do, which is using my Machine Studio as a plugin, as well as my contact library, my complete ultimate library, and still being able to use that and any other plugins, third-party plugins I may have is awesome. And to get to that stuff even faster, that was a big plus to me. That's more so the reason why I switched over. All right. Um, there's another one I like to tackle, which is Reason. I really like Reason. I've heard some great stuff come out of there. And another one, which is probably more of a free software, Reaper. Reaper is not free, but you can download it for free. It's like a trial run on that. Another one is Cubase. Fruity Loops, whether you believe it or not, is a very well known. That's probably the first music DAW that most people buy. That wasn't mine. Pro Tools was my first DAW that I've ever had an encounter with. Learning how to produce music on the computer. That is, and I was doing everything in keyboard sequence. I had a Chord Triton Studio, and I was doing all of my beats in there. I had that MIDI to my MPC 2000, and that's how I was tracking out. I did all my drums on the MPC, and then I had my Triton keyboard, pretty much all of the key work, you know, all of the bells and keyboard strings and all that good stuff, right? Then I discovered Machine, Machine, Machine right here. I still have people to this day asking me, should I buy the Machine? And it's a huge battle between the Renaissance and the Machine. All right. Now, me coming from the NPC era, you would think KJ, Ella, whatever you want to call me, I changed my names. um, either or. Uh, they asked me, well, why do you have the NPC? I mean, the Machine Studio versus the Ren. You know what I mean? Seeing that you coming from the NPC background, well, when I was looking for something to dive into to work with my computer software, because at the time it was Logic, I needed something. I don't know. I just needed something extra. I just felt like, I need more. And, went to the Guitar Center in my local area in Chicago at the time. And a salesman told me about this black piece that looked deformed to me, all these buttons on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't understand none of that stuff on there. And it's like, what? Okay. So my wife actually bought it for me. Um, it was a Christmas present, and I did not expect that. I just was doing a lot of research to seeing what it is and how could it help me. The Ring wasn't out then. I think it wasn't until like maybe a year after I bought the machine that the Ren decided, you know, Akai decided they want to drop something for the digital world, for us guys that's doing, everything on the computer now. And when I saw it, I did a little research on it. I'm looking at it like, man, this is dope because it's got all of the inputs, and it's got a headphone jack on it, and I can, you know, like plug out of it and pretty much operate that piece by itself without it being plugged up to the computer. Although that might be the whole idea is to actually have it connected to the computer for sounds and transferring and drag and dropping and things like that. But I was cool by then, after I had a chance to play with the machine. I was cool. So that's pretty much how I got started, with the machine, that is. But as far as music production itself, I started out as a drummer, like when I was a kid. Like I can't even begin to tell y'all what age. I think like I used to just bang on pots and pans literally around the house, spoons, forks, knives, or whatever, like in the kitchen, finding utensils or whatever I can bang. I used to tear off the hanger. You guys remember that? The hanger that came with um, the little thick cardboard piece that goes across the bottom. I threw those off and used those as drumsticks at one point, and I broke a couple of plastic spoons. The long one that they use to toss salad with. I broke that off. Trying to play drums or whatever, and yeah, and this was at a young age, you know, and I was just really fascinated about sound and drums. My parents were faithful in going to church every week, and I always found myself by the drums and just was fascinated about how that operated, how that worked, and that's kind of where it came from. And but I can't leave out the fact that my parents were definitely musicians. My mom sang, my dad played the bass and played the drums, and it was a musical thing even for them, even before I even came to existence. So that 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 musical genius just flew in the bloodstream. And when I came out, it was like it was automatic for me. There was no second guess. when you went to school and they asked you what you want to be when you grow up, a lot of people, I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a basketball player. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a doctor. For me, it was like I want to be a professional drummer or something regarding music. And a lot of people, some people thought it was like it wasn't a real career, and I proved them wrong. I would say. I went to school and learned music theory. This was back in high school. I was a part of the band in high school, and learned music theory, learned how to read sheet music, playing xylophones and the vibes, and then um, learning how to play reading music, playing a drum set. They call it concert band. Back then. Um, yeah, so I was in the marching band, the concert band, and I was also in the jazz band, reading drum charts. I enjoy that more so than trying to play the bells and the vibes and the xylophones. And that really wasn't my thing, but I did it anyway. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that type of stuff even in high school because it helped me with what I do now as a music composer. And so I put myself in school at Full Sail University. I graduated in 2013 with my music production degree, Bachelor of Science at Full Sail University. I did it online. I still have people asking me, so you flew all the way to Florida to to complete that program? No, they have an online program, and it only took me 2.5 years to complete it. So I say my life has been pretty much full of music. I try to get into different things, tap into different things, working with different local artists, and I had a chance to get my music placed with the ESPN right after college, right after I graduated. We ESPN Sports and had opportunity to get my music placed in CNN. That network there, Bravo, Lifetime, E Network, even the Animal Channel, um, uh, the E Network. I have, and I'm still going. You know what I mean? I'm still trying to get more of my music placed in different things. Recently, I'm trying to think of the recent show that can't think of it. But anyway, that's just what this really is all about. Music is a lifestyle. Music is my lifestyle, and for you guys, I known some people. I know some people. As a matter of fact, I know one specific producer that is pretty dope, and what he do, and it's just fantastic how his mind think. And his parents has no musical knowledge. At least that's what he know, or at least that's what his parents show him. Has no musical knowledge, and this dude is dope. So you don't have to have a past history like me, where I was like pretty much born into a musical culture. You know, it that doesn't matter. I feel like it's really all about you and how much music gravitates towards you as a future producer or beat maker or whatever. There's got to be something you want to do, and something that you kind of make it your own, and you know it's okay to grab inspiration from other people, from other producers. I do it. I just sat here and told y'all how strong my musical background was, but I still grab inspiration from other people because you just got to stay on top of your game. You just got to. It's never a time where I sit here and just think that I know it all. You know what I mean? I never fool myself thinking that. I always grab and surround myself around, and that's the other thing. You got to surround yourself around people who do it as well. And I do understand like some of you guys that are watching, you work a job, you work a regular 9 to 5, and when you get home, you tired. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. That's normal or whatever. But when you got a passion for music, you just you do it. You know what I mean? You do this. I hope you guys can hear me because like I said, I had that issue before. So I don't want to be like blabbering and you guys can't hear me. So I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. If you guys got any questions, please feel free to ask me any questions. This is a live Q&A session here. Like I said, I do this every Thursday. I try to do it at 12 o'clock um, every week. All right, and you know, ask away whatever questions you may have. All right. Also want to tell you guys about the new website I have that I was working on. I was working on a new personal website just for me. Just blogging. It's kevinellup.com, and the way I spell my name is Kevn. I spell it without the I, ELIB.com. It's not ready fully to my expectations yet, but you guys can go on there now, and I'm blogging even right now. So it's like a couple of pages up right now. You can go there, check your boy out. Um, that's where I have my portfolio at and all of my credentials and hopefully all of the people or companies I done work with, and then just more demos of my work and things like that. The corporate website is ksound.com, but kevinellup.com is the site where I'll get more personal and the interaction with people, and it's not going to be music all the time that I'm talking about. Even though I'm a musical person, um, I'll have like a bunch of stuff that I'm just talking about, like daily life and just things that a music producer goes through. You know what I'm saying? I'm a music producer, music composer, and I have regular interaction with the world, you know what I mean, with regular people. And I'm going to be posting, some things in regards to that. I'm married, I have a family, so I'll be, I'll have some posts in regards to that. You know what I'm saying? And I just think it's good to just share, what goes on inside of a music producer's head, because all the time, you see the music, and and then you wonder like what they really be doing. So I wanted to share, all of that with you guys. So again, it's kevinellup.com, Kevn, all right, without the I, ELIB.com. All right. So I'm just watching the questions as they come through, if there are any questions coming through. My idea for this show was to have somebody on with me live, but it was at the last minute, no one responded or whatever. I actually had one person, and he had something else to do, but I wanted to just dive in and talk to you guys about you know music being a lifestyle. This is what I do, and I encourage you guys. You guys that are watching. Um, Sometimes you're gonna hit a block. Okay, sometimes you're gonna hit a block. Even 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 the hottest producer, the hottest songwriter. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they get to a situation where they can't hear anymore. They just their mind is just totally cloudy. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you. They'll tell you that. Definitely, most definitely. I mean, if you got songs flowing all the time, that's awesome. But there's sometimes where your best didn't quite come out yet. You know what I mean? That's why I do a lot of a lot of creations, a lot of beats or whatever, and all of them are not hot to me. You know what I mean? But I don't throw it away. I save that stuff because when you come back to it, you get some other ideas like, man, okay, let me take it here, or let me add this to it, make it even hotter. And that will be the process of resting, resting your mind, and you know, sometimes you need a break. Walk around the house, go outside for a walk, drive around, and just pay more attention to your surroundings, and the atmosphere around you, because a lot of times your atmosphere around you is what speak to you the most. That's where like right now, you guys can't hear it, or maybe you can. There's an airplane that just went by over my head. That's like inspiration sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, you in the middle of beat and just hear that, like, oh, okay, let me find something or if you just, you know, really creative, you go outside right quick with your with your recorder and record and sample that right quick. You know what I'm saying? You know, take your phone around with you or grab a little device, um, just recording stuff, you know, sampling stuff. You know, that's another way to stay motivated. And you know, because if this is what you do, this is what I do, and I just try to keep myself motivated. You know what I mean? So it's a lifestyle for me. You know. So I just built this simple beat. I don't know where I'm going with it, but I just felt inspired to do something before I came on the show, and that's one of the things I love about working inside a machine studio is everything is right there in your face. And I was listening to my boy talk the other day, another producer friend of mine. His name is Jay Josh, man. I follow him really heavy. You know what I mean? Again, inspiration, right? That's somebody I sort of look up to, you know, in a big way because he's a dope producer, and you know, you guys look him up. You know what I mean? His name is Jay Josh, and he's doing great things. But anyway, I heard him say, um, what did he say? I forgot what he said just that quick. But yeah, look him up. J Josh. J Josh Rockstar. All right. And I'm really trying to remember what it was on the tip of my head, tip of my tongue, and I lost it just that quick. But God, can't remember. Okay, I remember. I had to listen to the beat a little bit more. That's what brought it to my head. Okay. He said he don't save presets. All right. Sometimes I do know saving presets helps the workflow. Sometimes when you have everything laid out for you, it's just like your studio. You know what I mean? Like you got your studio set up where you got your computer right here, you got your keyboard right here, and you got your speakers. You know, and I set up my electric kick the other day. Um, I saw y'all that later at a later date. Uh, got my electric kit set up. You know what I mean? You come in your studio, you got your mix board somewhere, and you come in and everything is already laid out for you, and you ready to work. You know what I mean? All you gotta do is turn on the power, and you ready to work. You know what I mean? And that will be considered a preset because everything is already laid out. It's not like you gotta come in and set up everything. So inside of your DAW, you know what I mean? You launch your DAW, right? And then most of the times you have to create from start, and that's what I do. I create from start because I love the challenge. And he said it. He said it. Jay Josh said it plain as day. He loved the work. He loved, the work behind searching for the new sounds every time he creates something. And that's I can relate to that a whole lot. I don't want a preset. Now sometimes I save a preset because of something I built and I thought it was dope, like a pad. I saved a preset on the pad inside of Absent plugin by Native Instruments. I saved a preset there, and or I might save a kit. You know what I mean? A kit of some sounds I just want to go to right quick when I'm in a certain vein. You know, I want to produce a certain style beat or whatever. But like I know some people who has a whole preset when they come in and they just got, and that's cool. But for me personally, I just like it better when I search for new sounds, and that's inspirational to me by itself because I will stumble across something I never heard before, because I have a boatload of stuff in my system, and to save a preset and only limit yourself to that thing is like, nah, I'm good. I rather, because I'm all about a new fresh sound or whatever. However, presets do help you get started. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really knocking that idea. You know, presets definitely helps you get started. So if you guys know how to save presets, by all means save presets. But I know for me, I just love the challenge of like just going through the sounds. Like what can I do now? You know, what's the next thing? You know what I mean? And I'm constantly sound designing as well. Like I don't I never I never select a sound and is okay with that. I'm never satisfied with now the stock sounds in these dolls and in Machine Studio, uh, Studio One Three. The stock sounds is awesome, but they also come with functions that they give you to play around and manipulate the sound to something different. All right, they make those parameters available to you for that purpose. Say you don't like that sound. A lot of times when I go and find sounds, I can hear what I want. Like I know what I'm looking for sonically. You know what I mean? Tone wise, I know what I'm looking for, and I'll come across a sound and it's not totally what I'm looking for, but it's close enough to the point where it inspired me to go in and play with the knobs. I might play with the cut, the filter, the LFOs on it. You know what I mean? Play around with the attack, you know, and some of the other filters or whatever, just to see what I can get out of that sound. You know what I mean? So, you know, I encourage you guys, you know, going, you know, in your systems and just play around with the sounds. And a lot of times, like the stuff that they make available, these presets, I mean, not presets, but the plugins itself, they make them intimidating sometimes. You know, don't be intimidated you know, don't be intimidated by the way it looked. You know, sometimes it's like, man, this is overwhelming. Like, man, what do I do? You know what I mean? Like, I'm scared to touch that. And I don't touch it. That's what it's there for. Just see what it does. All right. You know, so that's kind of how I go about things. You know, again, the subject is music is a lifestyle. This is what I do daily. You know what I mean? So, like I say, you guys got any questions? I'm just rambling on. You know, I'm really dedicating this session to you know, kind of interacting with you guys. I see a few of you guys watching me live. You know, if you don't know how to get to the Q&A session, depending on how you watching, if you are on YouTube on your mobile device, there's a link at the bottom left, like it's like a little, it's like a quotation mark, and it's in a yellow icon or something like that at the bottom left. You click on that, and it actually take you to the page where you can ask questions. Or if you on your desktop computer, laptop, whatever, even an iPad or tablet, whichever one you are viewing me on, there, it'll also take you to the Q&A section. Um, but I do know if you're on your desktop, there's a button up right. It's like a it almost look like a menu button in the sense it's got those dots like I don't know how many dots. It's like a little square dotted icon right at the top right. And once you click on that, it gives you the option to go to the Q&A section of this video, and you can ask questions live. Like I'll see it pop up right here, and I'll answer your questions as it come in. Um, and I know sometimes you guys are asking me questions on my YouTube channel, the actual video while I'm live, and I am not on that channel. I'm not viewing that at the moment, so there's no way for me to see that. But in some instances, I have people sending me questions through text as well, or Facebook. So I'll just make sure that's not something that you guys are doing. But anyway, um, join me on Periscope. I'm on Periscope. You can search for K Sound or Kevin Ellop. My username is K Sound, KSOUNDD, but the name that's on the channel It's Kevin Ellup, Kevn. All right, I did that on purpose. Kevn without the IELIB. All right, I'm on Periscope. I'm on there doing a few things here and there. You know, posting about life stuff, and I'll actually gear that more towards my personal website. You know, blogging things about just different things I'm doing throughout the day, or you know what I mean. Everything I do is musical, but you know what I mean. Sometimes it's like, man, I want to share this with everybody, so everybody what I'm thinking, like my aspect, what my way of cooking some eggs or something like that in the musical way. You know what I mean? Have my own show. You know, cooking. What does a music producer eat? You know, so yeah, you guys go to there once again, kevinellup.com. Subscribe to the blog because I will be blogging, and I'm gonna see what else I can do inside of this beat here that I have. Hope you guys can hear that. So I put some reverb on it just to give me a sense of depth. I need a heavy, strong synth sound from somewhere, and I have an idea of where I can go get that, but can't get it from here. So this is what I want to show you. I can show you guys my screen, and showing you guys that even though if you guys have the Machine Studio, is really cool that you do. But if not, it's let me see. If not, I mean it's cool. It's cool. You know, I just want to show you guys some things, whatever. But inside of Machine Studio, all right, for the people who has it, or for the people who's wondering about it, this this thing here is really dope. It comes with its own sounds. All right, it come with a fascinating stock sound, stock library. All right, like stuff in here sounds awesome. But again, like I say, when I go into stuff, sometimes I'll take the sound how it is because it fits perfectly in the mix, and it fills up that empty space like I need to. But sometimes it don't, so I play around with the parameters or whatever. But what some of you people don't know is that you can also use third party. They have did some things in here. They did this a long time ago. I think it was inside of 1.8 version, right before they went to 2.0, or it might be they started in. I can't remember. I just work, and when I found out that you can pull in third party stuff like plug it. Oh, they was doing that in 1.8 because I was doing that inside of my other machine, my MK1. Yeah, so that it was doing that in MK1 version. You can use third party plugins, and which allows you to use um, dynamic EQs and compression, reverbs, or whatever, and it also allows you to pull up third party VSTs or AUs, I believe. I think I want to say VSTs, but anyway, I'm gonna show you my screen here in a second, and I'm going to go to a synth master that I love using, a synth master um, that I love using here. It just in just a second, as soon as I can switch my screen over, I'll show you guys that in a second. All right, all right. So inside of here, I'm in Group B, right? And I'll label this as synth, and I'm on sound one, and I'm selected on sound. Okay, cool sound, and I need to be selected on audio, I believe, or that probably doesn't matter. But I need to. Okay, that's not it. Pulling up individual uh, third party. Oh, here we go. All right. So I was checked on the um the MIDI. Let me show you guys that how I was able to change that there. This is what I was doing. Let me show you guys that right quick. So this here is what I was changing. This here, like this is what it was doing. So I was here, but plug in, you gotta be in plug in order to activate that. So I was looking at it like, you know, how do I get there to what I'm trying to show you guys? All right. Anyway, so you're in plug in, and you can only do this from the computer. I don't think you can do this from the machine itself because third party plugins are not supported in this way. This may be an update later on, or maybe you can still do this, and I don't know how to do it, but I was just know to go here and go to external here, and then I can search for, and it's a big list of everything you have in your computer. I just go to where is it, synth master right here. Yeah. So, well, they support AUs and VST. So I'm gonna go to VST, and so hit shift, navigate on your machine to take you to where this plugin would be, and then you click this arrow right here, and it actually will pop up like that. The actual plugin will pop up, which is cool. So now I can use my synth master, which is a third party plugin, and um, you got to turn it on first. I got a couple things connected here. Okay, here we go. And so now my keyboard is connected to my machine. It's actually connected to the computer, but inside the machine, you got to make sure that your MIDI ports are reading whatever you have plugged up. All right. And for my drums, I have this USB MIDI box here that I have my electric kit set up with. And you just go inside the machine and turn on, make sure that it's reading whatever you're trying to trigger, and you can trigger, using other MIDI devices inside the machine. And same for any other DAW, just make sure that you have your MIDI devices set up where you can change stuff. And that's the only drawback when you are doing stuff with third party plugins. You have to actually work from the computer and change your sounds like this. But it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Not for me. Yeah, so after going through like a million sounds, you eventually find something. And sometimes, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it gets discouraging sometimes because you haven't found that sound that pops, and that's the reason why you will go in and play around with the parameters to make it to what. So I might do something like that, right? I'll pick one, and then inside the machine here, you can actually place effects on top of the pad here. And there's a lot of effects that you can use. So it's like even if you ain't find that sound that works, you can definitely find effects that will bring a different vibe. You know what I mean? So you're not losing. It's just you got to you know be persistent and stay at it. So I don't have any questions. Okay, I take it as you guys understood what I was saying thoroughly, or you guys didn't know how to ask questions. I'm gonna take it as that because I usually get questions, a lot of questions. That is, but some of these sounds are not playing through. Yeah, I need a heavy synth. There's one in here, and I may have to stack. I do that a lot as well. I need a sample more than anything. So then I'll go and look for, you know what I mean? So the process can be long, the process can be short, and it just really depends on how well you know your system. But again, because I love it, takes me all day sometimes because I want to create something different that no one heard before. I don't want to create anything that, some of the some of the elements what of what what you do. Like, I mean, in order to get the crowd pumping, you got to add 808s, obviously, 808 drum kits and things like that, and um, make it drum. Uh, utilizing your note repeats to make the 16s. I mean, making the hi hats switch from 32, 16s, and 64s and 128s, and you know what I mean, to make your drums do like crazy weird things that they're doing, on the radio now, but you can still add some elements, introduce some things that people have never heard before, or a different approach to something. You know what I mean? But they'll definitely respond to that hard 808 kick that comes in. You know what I mean? So one time in another video, I'll probably go more so into how to build something um, like an 808 kit or something like that. I don't know because they have 808 in here, but it's like it's some things that they are doing to make it punchy and yet not distort, and that's going to be an issue with a lot of people. And I actually explained that briefly in one of my courses. It's in the making your. Well, actually, it's in both of them. I kind of talk about it briefly in both of them. You know, because that's a common fight, a common issue where your kick and your bass fighting that. You know, because they live in the same frequency range. So you got to do some low cutting. You know what I mean? And these are just things that I've learned by just being a producer. You know, just playing around with different things, and you hear things that don't sound right, and you go back in, you play with some things, and it's trial and error. And sometimes you hit some things that don't quite sound right. You know what I mean? But it's up to you. It's something. It comes with the territory. It's really what I'm saying. You know, when you are a beat maker, producer, it's your job to go back and troubleshoot the problem and try to figure out why your kick sound distorted or what's going on or whatever. Or you can just reach out to me. I'll listen to it and I'll tell you exactly what's going on. I'll say you need to bring up an EQ and do a low cut filter in on, and it just really depends on which one is carrying the song. That's another thing. It depends on which. It's like this: a kick and the bass. One of them have to take charge. You know, both of them can't take charge. It's either or. You have to choose if the bass is going to lead the song, or if the kick is going to lead the song. It's got to be either or, because one of them has to be shaved off a little bit. You got to shave off some low end on one of them. A lot of people don't know that, but both of them can't live there. You know what I mean? So one day I'm gonna actually explain that. I don't know if that's gonna be a tutorial or if that's gonna be a part of the live show here. I'm not really sure, but I think I talked about everything. The whole point was music being a lifestyle, guys. If this is what you do, get in and do what you do, and be creative, and just live the dream. All right, this is what I do full time, and I need to get back to a few projects that I'm working on currently. So if I don't have any questions, I'm going to end this session. And once again, I want to appreciate you guys for watching. You guys always show support. I always have people, on here, and you guys always asking questions. But for this particular session, and I guess because it's last minute, I try to post these a little bit earlier. But it's last minute, and I totally understand. A lot of you guys are probably just mobile on the road, doing things, whatever. Um, Probably got your phone sitting up in the corner while you work or whatever, and listening. And that's cool. That's cool. I appreciate that. Remember, the saying I always say, I try to say it all the time because it's true. Music is art. You're the artist. All right. Paint your picture. This is Ella, and I'm out.